Millions of birds travel through the city every year during spring and fall migration, making it an important location for bird protection.
Annette Prince, director of Chicago Bird Collision Monitors, is here to share ways that we can all help protect the birds. One of them, of course, applauding your presence.
I think they saw the red light come on.
There you go, yes.
Yeah,
yes. Talk to us about why this is so important to be thinking about.
Well, Chicago is such an important area for migratory birds. Millions of them come through here every year. We've been a path for birds for thousands of years before there was ever a city here. And birds are traveling between the northern areas that they breed and down into the southern areas where they spend their winters. And they come through in the millions. We have a lot of artificial lighting at night, which attracts birds to buildings, and a lot of unfortunate glass, even everything from residential buildings to high rises. And those are deadly for birds.
Let's talk more about that, because I don't know that the average person watching may understand just how hazardous Chicago is for birds. Can you talk about that more?
Yeah, we are ranked the city in the United States that has the most hazards for migratory birds, in the sense that we've got so much artificial lighting. Birds fly at night, and as the pictures are showing here, if glass in our buildings is clear, that transparency looks like an open space that birds don't understand that there's a solid surface that they can't just fly through. Or if glass is reflective and mirror-like, birds see images of trees and sky and things they think they can reach, again, not realizing that's a false reflection, so they'll fly into a reflective glass.
And it happens in our homes at times where, a sliding glass door or some sort of window that, as you said, is reflective, and it happens there. You can imagine it happening all over the city of Chicago.
Exactly. We pick up thousands of them in the 1.5 square mile that we monitor downtown, and we know that we are obviously not doing it all day or getting to all the locations in the city where this is happening. So it's hundreds of thousands of birds that are being affected by window strikes every year.
Before we get to how to protect everyone, including the birds, can you introduce our fine feathered friends here? Okay. I don't want to be rude.
Yeah, these are a couple birds. They are not native birds to Chicago, but they are birds that have been introduced to the area and live here now. These are Eurasian collared doves, and this is a Quaker parrot.
But we need to know their names.
Okay, this is Bonnie and Clyde. They are similar to the mourning doves that live natively here in this area. They're similar, but they are from, as their name implies, Europe and Asia.
And these are the ones we were hearing at the top of the segment.
Did you hear them? Yes, yes. They were the ones that were cooing.
Yes.
They definitely have a great sound to them. And this little guy is Bernie. Bernie with a U. He was found at Burnham Harbor. He's a lost pet. These birds were in the pet trade, but many of them got released. Mayor Washington actually supported a flock of them, and now they've established a colony that lives out in the wild, and we find them in lots of places in Chicago.
So what happened, this is like a very specific incident, but the McCormick Place Lakeside building this fall?
Yes, and early October 5th, there was a huge night of migration. Birds travel when there's favorable weather, and a lot of birds were coming. It was peak migration. McCormick Place left its lights on, which again attracts birds away from where they're flying over a dark lakefront. They came into the city. Over 1,000 birds died in one morning at McCormick Place, and downtown we picked up about 1,500 live and injured birds all in a single day. So it was a huge amount of migration. They say 1 billion birds a year die in the United States from collisions with windows.
So this might be kind of an odd question, but what do you do with the birds that are recovered?
The dead birds are all collected and taken to the Field Museum. We feel it's unfortunate that they've died. This tray shows an example of the more than 200 different kinds of birds that we find. We find everything from a small hummingbird to we've had a bald eagle hit a window downtown.
Oh, wow.
So everything from small birds to large birds are confused by glass. We feel it's unfortunate that they've died, but at least they can contribute to education and knowledge of their species. So these birds go there.
Can I touch one?
Oh, sure,
Okay.
sure.
Little.
Some of them are made into specimens.
So soft.
And these are birds that are traveling hundreds or sometimes thousands of miles. This little scarlet tanager flies all the way to South America. So birds that weigh a few ounces go all the way from Canada to South America. And I say I couldn't walk to Peoria. I'd get that far. I'd sit down and quit, and that'd be the end. These birds do it every year of their life, every spring and fall.
And the most important thing is, what can people do to protect or prevent things like that from happening?
Certainly, during migration in particular, having lights out so that birds aren't attracted to buildings is important. But building new buildings with bird-friendly materials so that we have structures that where there's glass or materials that birds can see that there's a surface to avoid. So you can retrofit existing glass by adding window films that have stripes or patterns on them. You can take something in your home. I don't know if you can see this. There's even some things on the, I don't know if that's going to have some glitter. An even dot pattern, lines, window films, hanging barriers in front of glass like ribbons or grill work or screening in front of glass gives birds something to see so they know that there's something that they should not be flying towards. And for commercial buildings, they are making glass that has patterning already built into it. So they're pretty etched patterns that appear on glass, things like dot patterns. And it really doesn't ruin the ability for this glass to let light in and for you to look in and out with it, but it does give birds a cue that says, fly away from this and not towards it.
And here I thought that was just a design thing for design.
And it can enhance the look of the building.
No,
so
that's
there's nothing
great.
wrong with it. So it really can be something that can be aesthetically pleasing
But also help.
and save the
Very
birds.
helpful.
Annette, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
so
here
much.
today.
All
Lots
right.
of really good info.
Birdmonitors.net on your screen there.